I warmly welcome you back to another part in relation to the buzzwords. By the way, how are you doing? Thank you for passing by. We're coming to the end of these buzzwords. I think this is the penultimate part. So just bear with me as we run through all of these. The ones I want to look at today are quite unique and strange. The first buzzword for this outing is the Hannibal Directive or procedure or protocol. I cannot say I fully understand what this is referred to, but from what I have gathered, it's referring to a supposed procedure where the IDF, instead of having their military personnel, their soldiers, or civilians, by the way, to be taken hostage, kidnapped, and taken anywhere. For instance, just like when October 7th occurred, taken into Gaza, they would carry out an operation that will prevent that. So as the terrorist is going away with those they have captured, something they would attack the vehicle or whatever means to just make sure that those innocent people aren't taken to enemy zone. Israel has been accused of applying this protocol in October 7th. And I actually watched someone recently on one of those channels online, and it was just disgusting. How you watch this terrorist supporter say that 3/4 of the 1,200 Israelis and other nationals who lost their lives on October 7th, 2023, were actually killed by the IDF or the IAF. It was just sickening. One thing I've always asked those who pointed that to me was evidence. We live in a jet age, a social media age, an age where everyone is a potential paparazzi. We're armed with our phones, our various recording devices, and nobody could show Israel doing that. Another thing that people use, a term, a phrase, or should I say a statement, is look it up. They tell you to look it up when they have stated that fake fact, that fictional nonsense view, and they tell you to look it up. As if that was something only a privileged few, those who support terrorists, they are the only ones who are privy to, and it's a fact. The news that they prefer to watch just feed them with lies and fake news, endless run of lies, deceit, all to smear Israel, to make Israel look bad. But I thank God that there are people like myself who would never be deceived by terrorists. We see through the lies and we keep standing with Israel. I hope there are more people out there who will be the same. Those that when they tell you to look it up and you ask them for evidence or proof, they will send you some bogus links that lead nowhere. On one of my old devices, I attempted clicking on one of those links and it was only God that delivered me that my device was not hijacked. So they tell you to look it up. Please be wary, be careful how you click on links that terrorist supporters or terrorists themselves send to you. One other thing is that these people have talking points that are just so skewed, so backward, so blood curdling. There is no evidence to back the views, the lies, the ridiculously fake news and information that they share about Israel. Talking points that are just inhuman, heartless. They tell lies blatantly. We have heads of states, governments, prime ministers, presidents. The so-called people who are famous that I call nonsense British. who all think that it's fashionable to identify with the terrorists against Israel. Good luck. One thing I know is that Israel will continue to fight for her existence and to defend her people and land. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing the world can do. I'm so glad that Israel has woken up and have identified and realized that majority of the world is not for them. So they're going this narrow road, lonely road on their own, with the likes of myself, supporting them and praying that the Almighty God, who has continued to preserve them since the inception of the world, when God told Abraham to move, that God who has been with them will continue to be with them to protect, preserve, keep all of them safe. The IDF, the IAF, the ground forces, every single one who's going to the enemy's camp. I thank you for your time. I will be back with one more buzzword and we'll be done with this series. Thank you. Be blessed.